Blake, first of all, I want to thank you for having us all out here at the Beverly Hills Hotel
My pleasure.
To see your movie, S.O.B, and to talk with you and making yourself available. Of course, all the brouhaha about this film and the problems you're having with Paramount, and what is really so ironic is that had it not been for it's with Paramount in the first place, going back many years, you wouldn't have had S.O.B, would you?
No, it's true.
Well, when you found out that Paramount was going to distribute this, what was your first reaction?
Stunned silence at first, and then a growing paranoia. And I said, I just cannot believe it. It seems impossible. And then I thought, well, but wait a minute. If you think about S.O.B, nothing's impossible in this town. And that's the statement that it makes. So why not end up at Paramount, the studio that inspired the film? At this point in time, I'm sorry that we did, because the evidence that I see is that they're not doing a particularly good job with it. Maybe that'll change. It seems to me it's a little late. But nothing really surprises me that much.
The problems for filmmakers like yourself in Hollywood are certainly, up till now, it's been kind of, behind the scenes, and the public doesn't have a chance to know about it. Now, of course, the public is going to be made aware of some of the things that you people have to live with, some of what you feel are injustices. But do you feel, Blake, that you are jeopardizing your own career, your own future as a filmmaker by making a lot of people in Hollywood unhappy?
Well, I really don't have much choice about that. If the people that I make unhappy are unhappy to the point of where they're not going to hire me, then that's the way it is. And I have never backed off from anything like that. Not in years, anyway. I'm sure that in the beginning there was a certain hesitancy on my part to take the establishment on to that degree. I think there are enough people within the establishment that don't fit into these categories, that are talented and have the filmmaker's best interests at heart. And but I can't help that. I just have to go on about my job and do the job as I see fit. And if it backfires on me, then so be it. It'll backfire. My statement is there for everybody to see. And if I have to end up being a martyr, even if it changes, I would think that if that ever happened, it might therefore have a chance to change the system a little bit. Okay, I'll survive it.
There'll be some people who will question the fact that you have written a role for your wife, Julie Andrews, and that now they're going to see Mary Poppins topless, and some people are going to say, my gosh, how could he do that to his wife? What is your answer to these people?
My answer to these people is my wife is not Mary Poppins. She's an actress, and a damn good one. And that question wouldn't be given to me if I happened to be married to Jane Fonda or Shirley MacLaine or any number of talented ladies who, if the role called for it, if it was valid and not gratuitous, would do nude, semi-nude, whatever it took to make the role work. So I think it's time that the label of Maria von Trapp and Mary Poppins is put to bed. I mean, it's terrific that she gained stardom because of that, and that she has all those fans out there. But I think it's important to realize that she really is a good actress, and that's what this is about.
One other thing, Blake, that comes to my mind right now, there is so much product on the movie, on the screen. There are, so many new movies being made, and people seeing them. Do you wish that perhaps your movie were being released a little bit later rather than out there competing with Superman and Raiders of the Lost Ark and all this?
Sure. That was my second reaction when I found out that it was going to be distributed by Paramount. And then when I found out it was coming out in the summer, I said, I find that appalling. I think it's a bad time to do it. I think that the perfect time for it would have been the time that we had originally planned, when it was originally going to be released by United Artists, and that was around March, I believe. And of course, in typical fashion, you know, they convinced me after much discussion that March was the best time. And we had long meetings about this, and they showed me all of the reasons that this is absolutely the best time. I said, okay, March. Now they came back and said, well, that's not valid anymore. Now it's the summer. And, you know, it's S.O.B. That's what it is. Everything that's said and everything that's done seems to come right out of my movie.
Well, validity it has.
Yeah.
And this is the final statement on that. And I think that it's going to be a big hit with audiences, Blake. I really do.
I hope so.
I think that audiences love knowing behind the scenes, or having a chance to see behind the scenes. And I think it's a funny movie and a good movie.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Blake.
My pleasure.
Good to see you.
Good to see you again. Okay?
I believe that. Okay, questions? All right. Oh, yes, keep, okay. All right. Blake, had it not been for problems you had with Paramount some years ago, there never would have been an S.O.B. And now it comes full circle. They started the problems, and now you're having problems with them in the distribution and the release of this film. What was your first reaction when you found out Paramount was releasing this? What was your first reaction, Blake, when you found out that Paramount was going to release this film? There will be some people who will take you to task for writing a role for your wife that calls for her to be topless. Blake, how are you responding to people who... Let me start again. Blake, there are going to be some people upset with you about writing a role for your wife, Mary Poppins, where she has to be topless. Now, what is your response to these people? How are you answering the people who are going to get after you for... I'm really making a mess of that. Let's go on to the next one. Okay. Are you worried at all that you're jeopardizing your career by doing a movie that is so much anti-establishment here in Hollywood? Okay. Blake, are you concerned that your movie S.O.B. is now on the market in competition with so many movies, Raiders of the Ark, all this stuff that's out now? If you had your choice, would you rather it had been released at another time? Some people are going to be upset about seeing Some people are going to be upset about seeing their Mary Poppins topless. What is your answer to those people? Okay, that should do it.
Thank you for your stop. Parts, please. Parts up. Bobbie.